This is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 9/29/2021. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander, and there's a lot of really interesting stuff, so let's just get into the list this week. So we'll start with number 10. This is Korra Rise of an Empire. So this game, I think, was a highly anticipated one. The production looks amazing. We saw this last week on the list. I think there was some concerns over some balance stuff and some dice rolling aspects of the game, but I think that it's going to continue to do pretty well. I don't know if it's going to get high enough ratings, but the look of the game is just so amazing from Yellow that I think it's going to attract a lot of attention. And it was built. It was essentially a re-theme reprint of a older popular game, or well, I guess maybe not super popular, but at least semi well known. So that's number 10, Korra. Number 9 is Great Plains. So this is a lookout spiel game for 2 players. Is this okay? So I haven't seen this one before, and I guess an abstract game, which there has been more abstract games coming out ever since Azul did so well a few years ago, and competing for dominance over the Great Plains with it looks to be snakes and uh, coyotes or something. Yeah, snakes and dogs or coyotes. I do like the little wooden pieces. I don't know. I don't know. 2-player games are always tricky for me because I feel like Seven Wonders Duel and other games that have actually been out for a while are such good 2-player games. And then on the other hand, playing cooperative games is also very fun with 2 players. We'll have to see. I just don't think 2-player only games tend to do super well on the list. I mean, obviously there are notable exceptions like Seven Wonders Duel, which is an amazing game. The look of this game is pretty decent, but given its abstract and uh, maybe not as strong of a start out of the gate, I guess I would say. It's got kind of fairly low ratings, but we'll see. It could always climb as more and more people play it. So that's Great Plains, number 9. Number 8 is The Great Wall. So this is probably one of my greatest regrets from a Kickstarter. I'm hoping to still be able to find a copy of it. I have a feeling it's not going to be reprinted by Awakened Realms, but you never know. Uh, they did reprint Nemesis. They did reprint, or they opened up a pledge manager for Tainted Grail, I think, for second wave because it was doing so well. We'll see. This one I regret because the miniatures look so amazing, and it looks like the gameplay really came together, even though there was a lot of controversies over it, and that's why I backed for $1 and ended up not completing my pledge. So we'll see. We'll see if this comes back. I'm kind of hoping for it, or hoping to be able to pick up a copy locally at some point. That's the Great Wall, number 8. Number 7, Super Mega Lucky Box, which I like the name. I like the cover. I just don't think it's gonna be a. I think it'll be a successful roll and write for general wide market, probably like Target or Walmart or Walgreens type stuff, which is kind of what Game Right specializes in. But I don't think we'll see this one in the top 100. I do like the name. I'm a big fan of the name. So that's number 7, Super Mega Lucky Box. Number 6 is Furnace. So this game I think it was a fairly big Kickstarter, which has artwork that definitely reminds me of City of the Big Shoulders, even though I think the gameplay is much different. Same era though, I think. In kind of, we're already at 1,000 ratings, even with the Kickstarter backers. I don't see this one hitting the top 100. I think it's going to it's going to do well. It'll be in the top 1,000, maybe even the top 500 by the time everything's said and done. But hitting the top 100 with 1,000 ratings that are landing in the mid sevens just isn't going to be possible. That's number 6, Furnace. Number 5 is Ankh. So this game continues to do really well. Solid, above 8 scores, already hitting number 2 or 715. So I've already seen this game, up for sale locally. People are getting all their shipments in. I think the gameplay, I played it a couple times. It's pretty solid. I again will reiterate that I think it's better than Rising Sun, but not as good as Blood Rage. I still think Blood Rage is the best Eric Lang game I've played. Although I haven't played Marvel United yet, I've been meaning to. I don't think it's going to be a better gameplay, but it may be more. It obviously is more accessible. So this is Ankh, Gods of Egypt. I do think this one will hit the top 100. I don't think we'll see any problem there. It's just a matter of when, not if. Number 4, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. So this is a game that I backed myself. I've been waiting for. I really, I backed it for a couple reasons. One is I'm been a big fan of Assassin's Creed, the video game, and I wanted to get into play a game with V Commando's system. I think the system was really cool, and I thought that this is the perfect game for me to get. It did have kind of a negative where because it got delayed, and then the COVID shipping hit, they had to make a tough decision on asking for additional money to complete the shipments. Wasn't too terribly much, but it was a little bit disappointing given that you are kind of, I don't know. There's some expectation that the worst case is accounted for, I guess, in especially from an established company on Kickstarter. Now, if we look at this game, the game looks amazing. I think the reviews for it have been pretty positive, although maybe not perfect. I do regret not picking up some of the expansions, which I probably will never be able to get because of how expensive it's become. This game was expensive to produce, it was expensive to ship, and I just don't see picking up any of the expansions at this point. I should have probably went all in on it. I did get the tower, I think, or one of the towers. There was 2 separate towers, and maybe I should have gotten both towers. And yeah. Anyway, I am glad that I didn't pass this one up. And I'm glad that it's almost going to be delivered, although whether I get a chance to play it anytime soon is a different sort of thing. Where do I think this is going to land? I think it will probably get into the top 100, assuming they sold enough copies of it. So there's going to be a big fan base. I mean, the ratings are it's only 153 people. Ratings are pretty high already. It'll come down, I think, but it's built on a solid system. It's got a lot of fans of the Assassin's Creed game, and I think it's going to do pretty well based on both those. So it's number 4, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood of Venice. 10. So this person says it's similar to Shotten Totten, and a revised version of it. So I don't think this was designed, maybe the same designers, I don't know. It doesn't say it's like a redone version of Shotten Totten. It is very lightweight. So it's a push your luck auction game for the whole family. You're going to draw cards and trying to add as many as they can without exceeding a total value of 10. So pretty simple game. How does it look? I guess the look of the game's pretty decent. I don't know if they're intending this to be a kind of mass market game like Target or Walgreens, but it's from AEG. Interesting. So it's possible. I mean, I've seen some of their games in those places. Maybe they're looking to kind of make a smaller box game available for that. Probably not top 100 possible. And it's getting, I guess, pretty decent ratings, above 7, which is good for a game that's this light of weight. That's number 3, 10. Number 2 is Micro Macro Crime City Full House. So this game sounds like it addresses some of the complaints with Micro Macro Crime City. I have a feeling I'm going to end up getting this game and playing it with my family. It's a very lightweight game, 1.5. I think one of the differences here is that the cases have kind of an age range. So this one uh, marks each case with symbols so that parents can decide cases younger. The youngest investigators are cleared to research. So they've attempted to address I guess, the one thing that kept me from buying the original game is that the theming of it was a little bit more adult than I think it probably could have been. And hopefully this game addresses it, and we'll see. We'll see. I do think it's got the same, Where's Waldo vibe, but you have to research the cases, and you have to do it on this big map. And I think it's perfect for families with mixed age group of kids because Where's Waldo is really fun. Having a goal instead of just like searching for Waldos is a really great idea. And kind of making a mystery, I think, is also something that can add some fun to it. So I'm definitely going to be picking up this game once it's available and playing it with my. So that is Micro Macro Crime City. I think this has a shot at getting in the top 100. I don't know if the other one ever made it in. I kind of lost track of it after I decided I wasn't going to pick it up. But it did win. I think it won. Yeah, it won the Spiel des Jahres. I think. Yeah, I think it did. So it probably will hit the top 100 at some point. If not, this one addresses, I think, maybe the biggest downfall of that game, and this one might have a chance. I kind of have a feeling we might see yearly releases on this, kind of like the Unlock series, which after some point it may get a little bit old, although we always have fun with Unlock. So that is number 2, Micro Macro Crime City, Full House. And number 1, which is not a surprise, is Unfathomable. Fathomable. This game is a retheme and update of the Battlestar Galactica board game. So, if you're not aware, Battlestar Galactica is the semi-co-op game based around Battlestar Galactica that had some expansions and went out of print years ago due to, I think, licensing. And instead of reprinting it or trying to get the license back, they just left it for a while and apparently redid it with the Arkham Horror theme, which is something that is, I guess, freely available for anyone to use. And Fantasy Flight has a large amount of IP around it. So, in this game, you're gonna instead of being Cylons and humans, you're gonna be uh, people with secret roles and trying to, either subvert the ship or get the ship to its destination. And I think the look of it's pretty good. I probably will eventually get the game just because, although this one's probably not going to go out of print, not for a while at least. So there isn't too much of a rush to go get it. I don't think, at least for myself. And I don't see me playing a 6-player game anytime soon. I think if I was to play a 6-player game, it would either be TI4 or maybe I would break out Dune. I have a feeling teaching people Dune might be difficult, but I might break that out instead. As far as where this is going to land, I fully expect it to hit the top 100. There's a lot of demand for the Battlestar Galactica game to come out. There's a lot of fans of the Arkham Horror series, so it will, I think, do very well. And as maybe unusual as this theme on a boat is, I think it'll probably be fine. I don't think that it seems that terrible. So there you have it. That is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 9/29/2021. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And please take a look at our other videos. Thank you.